Hi, welcome to Soulful Pathways, and I'm Janine. We're working on a 10-week series right now, and we're on week 2. Week 1 was the soul body, where we connected with our root chakra. And this week is we're looking at the second body, and the second body is the negative mind. And the negative mind is associated with the sacrum. What is the negative mind anyway? The negative mind is our protective mind. The negative mind warns us. It gives us cues as to what we should and shouldn't do. Do we listen to the negative mind? Is the negative mind too negative sometimes? Sometimes we're super anxious or doubtful or saddened, and we don't think straight. And that negative mind can spiral out of control. And sometimes our negative mind is so strong that we take risks that we shouldn't be taking. So join me on your mat, and we're going to be working our sacrum area, which is associated with the negative mind. Also, one little tidbit of information. The negative mind is the second body, and the second body is associated with February, the second month. And also people that are born on the 2nd and born on the 20th. So if you have a 2 in your birth chart or a 20 in your birth chart or born in February, this sequence here is especially good for you. So I hope you enjoy this. It's probably going to be about a 20-minute yoga sequence, and we'll be working our sacrum area. Find a seat on your mat, and let's get started. So cross-legged seated pose. Hands are on your thighs. One hand on that abdomen, one hand on that sacrum area, and take a deep breath in. Hold, and then exhale it out. Inhale again, and hold, and exhale it out. Inhale again, and exhale it out. Moving right into the victorious breath. Inhale your abdomen. Inhale across your rib cage area. And then inhale right at your chest. And exhale. 3 inhales. Inhale, 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 and completely exhale. Inhale, 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 exhale. Just one more. Inhale, 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 and completely exhale. Just noticing how you feel. Noticing your breath. Noticing if you're feeling a little bit more grounded. And then hands stay on your thighs. Blink your eyes open if you want to. And start your seated cat and cows. Concentrating mostly on your sacrum area. Concentrate there. So go back and forth with a rhythm. People that have the number 2 in their charts are detail-oriented. They like harmony. They're people. They're people. Yep. They work on relationships, communication, speaking clearly, back and forth. Just a few more. And just one big circle one way. And one big circle the other. And then the bottoms of your feet touch. Lift and lower your knees. Notice where you're breathing. Notice if you're feeling as though you're flowing with your breath. Notice if the opening of your legs becomes a little bit deeper as you exhale it out. So the longer and slower you can breathe out, the deeper you're going to get into your muscle area. Staying with your breath. One hand on one leg. You're going to push down. The other hand supports you in the back. Open up. Switch to the other side. Notice the difference between one side and the other. One side is generally a little tighter than the other. So just notice that. Go back to the other side. Stretch it out. And one more. And then come out of your pose. If you're sitting on any props, just push those props to the side and lengthen out your legs. You're going to bring your left foot up and over your right. You're going to hold yourself nice and tight and you'll twist. So thinking about the 10 light bodies, we actually have 3 minds. We have a negative mind, a positive mind, and a neutral mind. So the negative mind creates the safety net. It allows us to become aware of our risks. And next week we'll look at the positive mind. Fold forward into your staff pose, allowing your stomach to draw down, your forehead to draw down. And slowly make your way all the way up, and we'll twist the other way. If you can bring your foot firmly on the ground, I want you to bring your foot firmly on the ground, and if that doesn't work, just do what you can and twist. And thinking about, how do you take risks in yoga? Do you sometimes push yourself a little bit more? And fold. So knowing what you can afford. The negative mind is the cautious mind. The one that looks at the details And slowly make your way all the way up from staff pose. Turn your body over and come into your favorite child's pose. If you can bring your forehead to something, bring your forehead to either the floor or the back side of your hands. And then stretch your arms out in front. Draw your body up into your downward facing dog. Lean forward, down onto your knees and back into your child's pose. Don't stay there. Come from cat pose to cow pose, back into your cat pose to downward facing dog. Back down to your knees. Back into your child's pose. Cow pose to cat pose. You hold your cat pose, you curl your toes under, you lift your body, and then you sink into your downward facing dog. You come down onto your knees and you sink your way into child's pose. You find your way into cow. You press yourself into cat. You hold your cat pose and you slowly make your way into downward facing dog. Lower your knees. We're going to come into lunge. So bring your hands to your knees and then to your thighs and slide your hands back and forth, side to side. Catching your breath. You're going to step that right leg forward. Fingertips on either side of your right foot. Curl your back toe under and lift your leg if you're able to. Strong lunge. Begin to drop your hip down towards the mat. Let your left leg, left knee come down, and you're going to start to sink your body back into a long pyramid pose. Forward, bring your hands to the inside of that right foot and swing it all the way around. Child's pose. To your cow pose. Downward facing dog. Lower your knees. Bring your hands to your knees and then all the way up. Bring your arms up and stretch. Pressing down into the tops of your feet, pressing down into your knees, and really feel that deep, deep stretch. Bring your hands down to your side so that you can balance and step forward with your left foot this time. Same thing, curl your toe, press. Feel your lunge. Drop that right hip. Long pyramid. Lower that knee, the back knee, your right knee, long pyramid pose. Come forward, turn, and into your straddle. So lift up, both feet firmly on the ground, and draw your forehead down towards the ground. Walk your hands over to the left or to the right and stretch. Over to the other side and stretch. Come center again. Allow your head to draw down again. You're going to heel toe your feet in until you're able to come into a squat. So your squat might be a little high. Your squat might be a little low, flat feet if you're able to. Hands are on the inner, your knees if you're able to. Hands are in prayer if you're able to. So any variation here will do. Full breath in and out. We're going to come into another forward fold. So if your hands are on your knees, you just press yourself up, point your toes forward, and come into a forward fold. Back into that same squat, whatever your squat looks like today. Noticing your breath, closing your eyes if you're able to close your eyes. If you're able to find a seat right from this squatting area, find your seat and then lay down onto your backside. Bring your knees in. And your right foot is going to come onto your left knee, and you're going to bring both of those knees in for what we call pigeon pose, reclined pigeon pose, or four square. Rocking your lower back from side to side. Breathe into your lower back now. Soften. If you're able to bring the color orange to your sacrum area, close your eyes and bring the color orange to your sacrum. And then both knees come together, over to the side, and arms up over your head and twist. Come back to your Center, come back to your back, left foot on top of your right knee, and pull those legs in. Finding your lower back, healing your lower back. Untangling your knees, letting them fall to the side. Then come back to your center, bottoms of your feet touch, knees are wide. Hands can either be on your abdomen or down by your side or up over your head. Find that comfortable feeling of resting your legs, resting your body now. And then lengthen out your left leg, lengthen out your right leg. Find your way into Shavasana pose. And slow your breath down. Slow your breath down. Slow your breath down. The negative mind really doesn't have to do with negativity. It's there to protect you. The number 2 represents relationships, balance, harmony. The negative mind allows you to see what's coming up, protects you while you're on your journey, while you're on your path. And when your negative mind is balanced, you're detail-oriented, you're supportive, you're the peacemaker, you're cooperative, and you know you're spiraling downward in that negative pole when you begin to make poor decisions, when you feel used by others, when you're overly sensitive, sometimes when you're careless. You need to look at your negative mind. The affirmation for a person with a strong negative mind is, let's just get along. Let's figure this out. Come back to your breath. Come back to your mat and come back to this room. Roll yourself over and place your hands at your heart. Press that left and right hand together at your heart center. And say thank you. Namaste. Join me next week. Practice this week. Join me next week for the positive mind. Namaste.